Today, we're really getting into the WNBA.
Yeah, big focus on a comeback story everyone's been watching.
Exactly. And the really intense game that followed it. Wow. We've pulled info from top sources, Bleacher Report, Outlook India, places like that, to give you the full picture.
Trying to get beyond just the scores.
Right. The mission here is to unpack everything, the emotion, the strategy of a star's return, a key game's dynamics, and just, what's happening across the league.
Giving you that edge so you're really informed.
Yeah. And it sets up this fascinating clash, right? A long-awaited return hits, well, a wall of dominance from an opposing superstar.
A really compelling storyline.
So let's zoom in on that return first. Cameron Brink, 2024's #2 overall pick. Her coming back has been huge news.
Oh, absolutely. Especially considering what she went through.
Tell us a bit about that, the injury, the recovery.
Yeah.
What makes this comeback so important for the Sparks?
Well, her journey back has been, frankly, masterclass in resilience.
Yeah.
She tore her left ACL last June. Yeah, completely wiped out her rookie season. That was 13 months ago. An injury like that, it's brutal. It's not just physical.
Right. The mental side must be immense.
Totally. It's a really grueling process, rebuilding confidence, trusting your knee again. She was incredibly dedicated, though. She even talked to other athletes, like Jamal Murray, Lindsey Vonn, people who've been down that same tough road getting advice.
Smart. That takes real mental fortitude. It really puts context behind her saying she could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And that quote about her energy is her currency.
Yeah, what she wants to bring back. And before she got hurt, she was already making waves, right?
Yeah.
Averaging, what was it, like 7.5 points, 5.3 rebounds.
And 2.3 blocks in just 15 games. A real presence.
So with that kind of potential, what does her return actually mean for the Sparks? They had a pretty shaky start this season.
Yeah, they really did. That awful 4-11 start before they kind of stabilized things. Brink coming back isn't just, another body. She's potentially a critical defensive anchor. Her shot blocking, her defensive versatility, it gives them something they really needed. It might even let them, free up their offense a bit more, knowing she's back there.
That makes sense. Defense feeding offense.
It's exactly that energy and defensive presence she talked about, but translate it into actual on-court strategy.
Okay, so the stage is set, big return, and the game itself, Bleacher Report called it a welcome back gift.
Hey, yeah, a bit sarcastic maybe.
Turned out to be more like an offensive onslaught from Vegas, right? The Aces won 89-74. Not quite the fairy tale comeback game.
No, definitely not. That 89-74 win for the Aces, it was a pretty big blow for the Sparks. It wasn't just any loss.
Right.
It snapped their 5-game winning streak just when they seemed to be finding a rhythm.
Ah, okay. So that adds another layer.
Exactly. For a team that just found its groove, this kind of dominant loss becomes a real test. How do they bounce back mentally?
Yeah, especially with a tough schedule, probably still ahead.
Yeah.
So what about Brink herself in that game? How does she look in her first minutes back?
Well, she was on a minutes restriction, which is totally standard, super careful protocol after a major injury.
Got to ease her back in.
Right. It's about reacclimating, managing fatigue, and crucially, just avoiding any setbacks. In her 13 minutes, she had 5 points, 3 rebounds, a block, an assist, and a steal.
Okay, so not eye-popping numbers, but...
Exactly.
Yeah.
It obviously wasn't the result she or the team wanted, but just getting those reps, feeling the game's speed again under pressure, that's absolutely vital for her long-term recovery and getting back to form.
A necessary first step then, even if the team lost. But you mentioned that offensive onslaught from the Aces. Who really drove that? What made them so overwhelming?
Yeah, the real story there was Aja Wilson. Just a masterclass.
What'd she put up?
Get this, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks.
Wow, that's a stat line.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the start was incredible. 17 points in the first quarter alone. She made all 8 of her shots.
8 for 8
Yeah.
in one quarter.
Yep. 8 for 8. That just blew the game open right away, put the Aces up 31-18. The Sparks were playing catch-up from basically the opening tip.
Hard to recover from that.
And it wasn't just Wilson. Jackie Young notched her first career triple-double.
Oh, wow, first one.
Yeah. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. A triple-double, getting double digits in 3 categories like that. It just shows incredible all-around impact.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
So that win pushes the Aces to 14-13 now. Pretty solid.
Okay, so Wilson and Young were just firing on all cylinders. What did that mean for the Sparks offense, especially, like you said, coming off that hot winning streak where they were scoring a ton?
Yeah, it's a really stark contrast, almost jarring. Before this game, the Sparks were absolutely on fire offensively.
Right. You said 5 straight over 90.
Over 90 and 5 straight, yeah. They hit 101 points in the last 2 games before this one. They were averaging 11 threes a game, shooting over 50% in the last 4. Just clicking.
Okay, so red hot.
Totally. And then against the Aces, they shoot just 37.7%. And a season low, 4 3-pointers made.
Ouch. From 11 down to 4.
Exactly. It wasn't just an off night. It really shows how locked in the Aces defense was. They shut down LA's main weapons, forced tough shots, completely disrupted their flow.
Any specific examples?
Well, Kelsey Plum really struggled. She went 0 for 6 from 3 in this game.
0 for 6.
Yeah. And actually, over the 3 games against Vegas this season, her former team, she's just 1 of 17 from deep.
Wow. Seems like Vegas has her number.
It certainly looked that way in this game. It just goes to show, even a really hot offense can get shut down by elite defense.
Yeah, that Sparks Aces game really packed a punch.
Yeah.
Shows the WNBA's intensity. But let's widen the lens a bit now. To really get the league's vibe, you got to look beyond just one game.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much else happening. Lots of talent emerging, some really close finishes.
What else stood out?
Well, sticking with the rookies for a second, look at the Washington Mystics beating the Chicago Sky, 103-86. That was the Sky's 6th straight loss, by the way.
6th straight. Tough stretch for them.
Yeah. But the story was the Mystics rookies. Sonia Citron dropped a career-high 28 points.
I said 8, wow.
And Kiki Iriafen put up a career-high 22 points and grabbed 10 rebounds for her 8th double-double.
2 rookies going off like that.
In the same game. It was actually the first time in Mystics history that 2 rookies scored 20-plus in the same game.
That's amazing. Says a lot about this rookie class.
It really does. Seems like they're making an impact much faster than maybe in past years. Less of a learning curve for some of these top picks, you know?
Mm-hmm. What about the Sky side? Any bright spots?
Well, Angel Reese came back for Chicago after missing 2 games with back issues. She had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Solid numbers.
Okay.
But she herself said her return felt rough. Just highlights how physical this league is, even for the stars.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And it's not just rookies, right? We're still seeing those clutch moments from vets, those nail-biting finishes.
Exactly. Take the Golden State Valkyries edging out the Atlanta Dream 77-75.
Close one.
Super close. Came down to Cecilia Zandalicini hitting a short baseline jumper with just 3.9 seconds left. She finished with 18.
Clutch shot.
Totally. And then Brittany Griner had a shot at the buzzer for Atlanta to tie or win. Just barely grazed the rim.
Wow. Gains decided by inches.
That's the WNBA right now. And speaking of top talent adapting, look at Paige Buchers, star rookie.
Yeah, big name.
Even though she scored 20 points in a recent Wings upset win, she admitted pretty openly that she doesn't have the WNBA figured out yet. Says every game is a new challenge.
Huh. That's pretty honest.
It is. Shows you that even the absolute top talents are constantly learning and adjusting at this level. It's no joke.
And just as like a final point on the league's buzz, did you see that Caitlin Clark Rippy card sale?
The price tag was insane, right?
Yeah. $660,000. If that doesn't scream surging interest and value in the WNBA, I don't know what does.
No kidding. It's way beyond just the action on the court now. The whole profile is rising.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, what are the main things for you, the listener, to take away? We saw incredible individual perseverance, right? Cameron Brink's comeback story.
Definitely. A huge part of it.
Then there's the sheer dominance of established stars, Aja Wilson, Jackie Young, just putting on clinics.
The elite players showing why they're elite.
And, maybe most excitingly, this wave of rookie talent making an immediate, undeniable impact across the board. It really feels like a new era is dawning.
Yeah, the blend is fascinating.
So every game, every player's story, it's all weaving together into this really captivating narrative. Lots of thrilling moments, but also a lot of strategy to unpack.
Absolutely. Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe something for you to chew on. When you consider this mix, you've got the veteran stars at the top, you've got these high-stakes comebacks like Brink's, and then this infusion of really impactful young talent. How do you see all that shaking out? How do you think the competitive balance and just the overall story of the WNBA might evolve through the rest of this season?
That's a great question to ponder.
It really feels like a league where every single game matters right now. You know, the landscape feels like it could shift pretty quickly.